Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial I will be showing you how to make the sunflower bouquet blanket. So I did, however, made a tutorial on how to make the sunflowers before, so I will link that video next to this one. And also, if you want to know how to make the rose bouquet, you can also find the link attached to this video so that you can follow along. So guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love this tutorial and you'll be able to make one of your own. So I will be putting in the description box more information about this video, so make sure you check that out so you can get all your materials together and ready to do this video. So guys, let's jump in the video. So guys, to begin, I have my 5.5mm crochet hook. I have my size 4 acrylic yarn, and we are going to start off by making a magic ring. So you can make your magic ring however you be comfortable. I normally just wrap it around my finger just like this, which is quite easy. Insert my hook, pull up a loop, and then I will go ahead and chain 2. This chain 2 counts just as a turning chain. It's not a stitch. You're going to yarn over and you're going to put 12 double crochet into that ring. Once you're at your 12, I'll meet back with you. So guys, now I have come to my 12 double crochet. I'm just going to pull in the tail end just to close that middle part up. So now you are going to go ahead and slip stitch into our first double crochet. Now that we have done so, you're going to go ahead and chain 2, and this chain 2 is going to count as our first double crochet and onward. So you're going to go back into that stitch and you're going to put one more double crochet. So that's 2 double crochets. You're going to yarn over and you're going to chain 1. You are going to go into the next stitch and you are going to put 2 double crochets. Chain 1, next stitch, 2 double crochet and chain 1. You're going to continue doing this all the way around until I see you at the end, and I will meet you back there. So remember, 2 double crochet, chain 1. Continue doing that. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 2 and I'm just making my last double crochet into that last stitch. And I am just going to go ahead and slip stitch, but we're going to slip stitch into our chain 2. So you're going to go on top of the chain 2 and you're going to slip stitch there. And this is how you're going to end your rows each time you are starting. You're ending a row, you're going to end this way and you're going to start just as how I'm going to do now. You're going to chain up 2. So you're always going to chain 2. Chain 2 is your first double crochet. And now, so we had 12 double crochet in row 1. Row 2 we have 24 double crochets. So now we are increasing, so we are now going to go into the next stitch and we're going to put 2 double crochets there. So that's 1 and 2. So that gives you a total of 3 double crochet. You're going to chain 1, go into the next cluster here, and you're going to put 1 double crochet. And you're increasing into the end stitch, always into the end stitch for each round. You're going to put 2 double crochet there. So we have 3 again. You're going to chain 1 and you're just going to repeat the same thing all the way around by putting 1 double crochet and followed by 2 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1 and repeat. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 3 and I have a total of 36 stitches. Now I'm going to slip stitch on top of our chain 2. Remember, chain 2 is our first double crochet. Slip stitch, you're going to chain up 2 again, yarn over, you are going to make 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and into the third stitch here you are going to make 2 double crochets. So now you're going to have 4 double crochets on top. We had 2 here, now we have 3, now we have 4. So you're counting as you go along. Chain 1 and make 1 double crochet, onto the next stitch, 1 double crochet again into the next stitch, and into the last stitch you're going to put 2 double crochet. You're going to repeat this all the way around until you get to the end. Remember to chain 1 after each cluster. And this is how you're basically gonna continue doing this until your blankets start to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can go as wide as you want or as small as you want your blanket to be. It doesn't really matter. So I'll let you know how many rows that I will be doing after I get there. So just continue doing this same thing, repeat the same steps. You're gonna go with 5 in the next round and 6 in the next round and 7, and just continue doing that all the way around. So I will see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 4, slip stitching on top of chain 2, chain up 2 again. Remember, chain 2 counts as our first double crochet. And now we have 1, 2, 3 stitch after our chain 2 here. So you're just gonna make 1 double crochet, 1 more double crochet, and into the last one we are going to make 2 double crochet. So remember, we had 4 in the previous round. Now we're gonna have 5 in this row 5 here. So again, basically, as I stated before, I just wanted to redo this again so you can see. You're just basically repeating the same steps, making sure that you chain 1 after your increase here, or after each increase you will chain 1 before you go on to another cluster, and you will start to see how nicely the pattern is coming on once the blanket starts to get bigger and bigger. So there it is. So you're going to just repeat this all the way around until you get back to here. Repeat the same step and continue doing this over and over until you get to the desired width that you want your blanket to be. So this is 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So continue doing that, chain 1, go on to the next cluster and repeat. So I'll see you at the end. So guys, now I have come to my last 2 double crochet. So I'm doing my increase. So that's the reason why I have 2 there. And now we're going to chain 1, and before I slip stitch we're going to change color. I'm changing to the green, and I'm going to slip stitch into our chain up 2 just as we were doing before, and pull through. Then you are going to give that a tie, fasten off. And this is what I have left back from the skein that I was working with, and I actually use 3 balls. I'll put more information in the description box so you can see the exact amount of yarn or how much is on the skein. So I'm just give this another tie, and I did a total of 38 rows. It is quite big now, so you're not able to actually see the full blanket. So that's the center. So now I am just going to go ahead and place 1 double crochet into each and every stitch, and we're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch that we just did our slip stitch, and chain up 2. You're going to go back in there and you're going to make your first double crochet. You're going to yarn over and you're going to go into each stitches. Once you get to the chain 1 space, you're going to just work a double crochet there. So continue doing this all the way around. You can weave your tail end in as you go along, so you don't have to have that weaving in afterwards. So I'm going to continue doing this until I get to the end, and I'll meet you back there. So guys, I'm almost at the end, but I wanted to explain this part. So we did a total of 38 rows to make the blanket, different from this part for the flower. So this one would total in 39. So when I calculate how many stitches I have a total of 468 stitches, but I will be counting 8 stitches in between, so I had to go through all the stitches to count them to make sure that I have the correct amount of stitches. But I noticed that I need actually 3 more stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them in right here. So into this first one I'm going to add 2 stitch, into the second stitch I'm going to add 1, and then into this chain 1 here I'm going to put 2 stitches. So I will have in total 473 stitches in total. So that is good enough to cover off the spacing in between where the flower will be. So you're just going to go ahead and add the extra stitches. So that's 1, go back into that same stitch and you're going to put 1 more. Into the next stitch you're going to put 1 double crochet, and into that chain 1 you're going to put 2 double crochets. So now you are going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of your double crochet. You are now going to chain 1, and into that same stitch you are going to make a single crochet, and you are going to make single crochet into 7 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and into the 8th stitch we are going to do a slip stitch there. And now you are going to go ahead and chain up 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now what you're going to do is you are going to work into the second chain from the one that is on the hook. So you're going to put 1 single crochet, followed by a half double crochet, and then a double crochet, and then we're going to do a treble crochet. Yarn over twice, go into that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and then you're going to yarn over, you're going to make a double crochet in the next stitch, followed by a half double crochet, and then a single crochet into the last stitch. You're going to slip stitch into the same space. And now that you have done your slip stitch there, you are now going to go ahead and continue to make single crochets into the next 7 space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and basically you're just going to repeat the same step. Feel free to rewind the video so that you can do over this part. I am just going to continue making that, and once I am at the end I will meet back with you. So guys, I am almost at the end, and I'm just adding my last 2 single crochet, and now I am going to slip stitch into our first single crochet, and in between here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the slip stitch that would just count into 7. So I went ahead and I add some of the sunflower on to see what it would look like, and it is looking super cute, also with the extra leaves here into the middle part. So what we're going to do is we are going to add 1 more leaf to total into 59 so that it can sink evenly in between. So just as we did before, chain up 8, to make the leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you will go into the second stitch and make a single crochet. My hook is just not working with me. I don't know what's going on with it. Then half double crochet, then a double crochet, then a treble, three there, sorry, and then a double. I don't know what's going on with my hook, it just get all funny, like it's seizing up or something. And then a half double, and then a single. Okay, so now that we have completed our last leaf, we are just going to go ahead and slip stitch into where we just did our first slip stitch. And then we can go ahead and fasten off. So there it is. So you're just gonna go ahead, string your needle. I'm just gonna string my needle and be back with you. So now you're just gonna go ahead and eyeball where you're placing your sunflower. And what I did was just to carry the sunflower just a touch up, so you can see it there. Hope you can see that well. So just showing a little part there so that I can sew down the leaf, so a little part of the leaf is showing, just like that. And I just basically just go and do some basic in and out stitches so that the sunflower can stay into place. And when you're sewing down your flower, make sure that you sew down a part of the leaf as well so that it can stay in place. So just go in there and sew a little part of it down. So I am going to continue doing this, and then I'll weave my tail end in afterwards. So just go ahead, attach all your flower, and then once I am done, I will meet back with you to show you the end results of. See, this is well sewed, so now I can go ahead and fasten off. I'm just going to give it a tie and do so. So continue doing that, attaching all your flower on, and I will meet with you. So guys, now I have come to my last flower, and I only have 4 leaves left in between. So what I will do is I will just place this flower in between the 2 leaves so I can have it just like this, so it doesn't look weird. So I'm just gonna place it nicely so that it can match, so you can see still look cute. So this is gonna be like the top of the blanket, since this one has 2 prongs of leaves. So now I am just gonna basically just go ahead and sew my flower on. Now I'm just gonna give it a tie and finish. So our blanket is now completed, guys, and I really love the way how this turned out and the color combination that I used for the body of the blanket. So there it is, guys. It is looking super cute. So it is quite big, so you will not be able to see it as is now, but I will show you what it looks like. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you'll be able to make one of your own. And again, all information will be in the description box, so make sure you check that out to get the measurement and so forth. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.